Alrighty guys, this is the Q&A that I promised you a long time ago, but I'm barely getting to it. So let's get started. And I'm gonna play PlayStation while I answer these questions, so hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna say some questions, answer some questions, say some answers, some questions that I thought of right here. And then I'll answer your guys' questions, the stuff that you guys wanna know. The reason why I did this is because there wasn't enough questions, because you guys asked enough questions, but let's get started. First question, where were you born? I was born in Oxnard, California. Shout out to all my strawberries. Second question, do you have any siblings? I have one brother. He just turned 14 yesterday, which is the 24th. And he just got a phone too, so now I can actually text him and not like message him on like Instagram or something, which is kind of cool. Just a little quick fact for you guys. What is your favorite food? My favorite food is sushi. I absolutely love seafood, absolutely love sushi. I don't know, everybody's a big like pizza, like, oh I love pizza, pasta, blah blah blah. I mean, I like that stuff, but sushi and seafood is where it's at. What sports other than baseball do you play? The sports I played growing up were football, baseball, and basketball. I played mostly football and baseball. And I was actually pretty good at football, but I didn't grow tall enough, so I wasn't able to keep it going. And my career in baseball was probably gonna go further than my career in football, so I decided to give up football like right when I got to high school. That way I didn't get hurt or anything like that, because I actually broke my pinky playing football. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one is like jacked up. And then I broke the middle of my hand playing football, and then crazy story is that my dad actually made me play. I still had like a cast on and stuff, and I'm left-handed, so my dad like made me play with a broken hand. And then I broke my thumb playing baseball. I fractured my thumb. I was batting, and then I like tried to get out of the way and it hit my thumb, and I was being a little baby and I cried for like ever because I was like 10. If I had one superpower, what would it be? I'd probably have to say like going back in time, or like something to do with time, like altering time. That way if I did something and I messed up, I can go back and change it. I wouldn't go like all the way back because I'd be too scared to like mess with time like that, but like if it was like a little mistake, something that I did, or like, oh I want to try this instead of doing this, I could do both because I could just go back in time. You get what I'm saying. If you could date a celebrity, who would it be? I would date either Adriana Lima or Jessica Alba, or that girl from Wolf of Wall Street, his wife, the blonde girl. She's smoke. Where is your favorite place to go? So my favorite things to do are like, I love doing outdoor stuff. Like I love taking road trips. I like going to the snow. I love snowboarding. I love just like anything outdoorsy, anything with animals. Like I love going to the zoo. I know zoos suck. Like it's not exactly great to have caged up animals, but I love going to the zoo. I love just like being adventurous and just seeing new things. So I really want to travel. But as for like my favorite place to go, I would have to say Disneyland, because that place makes me pretty happy, especially during Christmas. It sucks because it's so packed, but I absolutely love Disneyland during Christmas. You guys like my new hat? Alright, so some of these questions are from you guys. Lauren asks, who was your biggest inspiration to vlogging? So my biggest inspiration of vlogging would have to be, I first started watching Nikki and John and their pranks, and then I found their second channel on their channel. And at first I was like, oh, like that's kind of weird, you know, like why do people just film their lives? Like I didn't really see it as something as like, I wasn't watching it and I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. I was like, and I would watch their videos here and there, but mostly their pranks. And then I got into Jesse and Gina and their pranks, and then I saw that they were doing it and I was watching theirs. And that's how I found everybody else. And so I think my biggest inspiration was Nikki and John and Jesse and Gina. The autofocus follows my face everywhere. Stupid Videos asked, why do you like baseball? So the reason why I like baseball is because, I don't know, I guess I've grown up with it my whole life pretty much. My dad was a big believer in like actually doing something with my life, and I never really had a summer off. I can't remember the last time I had a summer off. But he's always been like, because obviously there's seasons for sports, and every single season I would play something. So that's why I'd play, like, I played soccer, baseball, basketball, you know, all that stuff. And there was never a time where I was not doing something. I was playing sports, and out of all the sports, baseball just seemed to be like my forte. I don't know, I really like baseball, and I can't tell you how many people I've met playing baseball all around like the nation, and it's crazy. Like, I know people from Florida, New York, Oregon, Washington, like just all around, and all the places that I've been able to travel to because of baseball. It's like, I'm so grateful for baseball. And it sucked because when I was little, I would never be able to do anything. I'd never be able to, I mean, I would, it's not that my parents wouldn't let me, it's just, if I had a baseball tournament or something, I wasn't allowed to like stay over because we had to leave so early for baseball, and like, it sucked. And I was always like, oh, like I hate baseball, like I don't want to play it. Like, at times it does get stressful, but looking back now, I'm so grateful that my parents put me in baseball. I'm so grateful that they made me go to the places that I went to, because, you know, obviously I wouldn't have experienced all these places and met all these people without baseball. I think it's Mr. RK3. He asked, did you choose to go to Pepperdine University because of Zoe 101? If you guys don't know, Zoe 101 is a TV show with Britney Spears' little sister. I don't know her name right now. It's like a high school like TV show, I guess, and the school that they actually go to is Pepperdine, but they turned it into PCA, which is, I think, like Pacific Coast Academy or something like that. But it was actually filmed on Pepperdine. But no, I didn't choose to go there because of Zoe 101. So Chase asked, how did you get recruited and where are you playing summer ball? So how I got recruited was, like I said, I played baseball. I've never had a summer off. I played baseball nonstop. Baseball is pretty much year-round. And I would do all these showcases and do all these things in like Arizona and the Junior Olympics, which is like the USA national team. And I literally would do every single thing that I could to get on people's radars and coaches' radars and stuff like that. So what happened was, I think starting my junior year, I started getting recruited by colleges. Some of them were from UCLA, USC, Pepperdine. Pepperdine was actually the first school that offered me. San Diego State, UC Irvine, University of Arizona, and I took a couple trips to other schools, but those were the ones that were kind of, I was considering. And then I narrowed it down to UC Irvine, University of Arizona, and then Pepperdine, and I chose to go to Pepperdine. It kind of sucked because when I was in high school, I was getting a lot of looks from colleges and then some looks from Major League Scouts, and I was actually talking to a team. I don't know if I can say it or not, but I was actually talking to a team, and right when I started talking to them, that's when I tore my labrum in my left shoulder, and I couldn't throw for a while. I was out for a while, and that was right before the draft, and that kind of like screwed me up for the draft. I don't know if I would have got drafted. I'm not saying, you know, I was gonna get drafted high or anything like that, but you know, I think there was maybe a slight chance for me to get drafted, and then that happened. And I mean, obviously nobody's gonna draft somebody that's hurt, so yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I'm kind of grateful that it happened because of how many people I've met and the things that I've experienced at Pepperdine. And I don't know, I don't really regret anything that's gone on in my life. Joey Vargas asked, name 2 people in your life who have inspired or impacted your life in one way or another, and why they impacted you. So, I mean, I know it's kind of cheating, but honestly, I really do believe that every single person in my life has impacted me in some way. And as a whole, I would have to say my family is just my biggest support group. They're there for me for anything that I need. I could seriously go to my mom, go to my dad. Like, I'm really, really close to my family, and it's just amazing how much love and support you can get from your family no matter what you do, no matter the mistakes you make in your life. It's crazy. It's like unconditional love, and you know, I'm grateful that I do have both my parents still in my life, and it really is a blessing to have them for me to help me get through all these things. And it sucked because I was going through some stuff recently where everything just seemed to like cave in on me. Like, I felt like I hit rock bottom, like I was going through like a slight depression. I even told my family that, and it brought me closer to them. Like, it's insane. Like, so I mean, I can't really narrow it down, but to a group of people, I would have to say my family the most, because they're thick and thin. They're always there for me. And cut. Devin asked, what is it like as a college student athlete? So I'm not gonna lie, college student athlete, we are probably the most stressed at school, but in a way it kind of does help in our lives. I think it develops a good work ethic, and it helps us kind of deal with things when things are kind of coming at us all at once, because pretty much our whole college career, everything is just coming at us at once. So it's like school, like first, okay, you get up for 5:30 weights in the morning, then you go to class, so you have 2 classes, and then you go to practice, and then you go to weights, and then you have you know, some student athletes have a job like I do, and then I don't get home until like 10 or 11, and then you still got to do homework. You got to do study hall. When you're in season, you miss days at school, and you have to communicate with your teacher and get things sorted out, and like, hey, I can't be here on this day, and then they want you to, you know, ask for the homework from other people, and then sometimes, you know, sometimes they're like, oh well, like, you know, you missed, so get on your stuff, you better read this and catch up. And not all teachers are like that. Some are like really cool about it, but it definitely is a grind, and it sucks at times. It does suck, but it's totally worth it. And I love, you know, playing baseball at college, and just all the people you meet through other teams, through, you know, your teammates. So a couple people have asked me this, but they want to know what kind of glove I use, and we're actually sponsored by 2 sponsors, which are Under Armour and Louisville. And Under Armour pretty much gears us out with like everything, from like jerseys to cleats to like under stuff and all that stuff. And then pretty much all like the equipment is Louisville, so batting gloves, bats, hats, all that stuff is Louisville. So the team gets Louisville gloves, which is the one I use. And before college, I used to use a Rawlings glove, Pro Preferred. I can't find the question, but I remember somebody asking me what my teammates thought, and like what my parents thought about me vlogging, how they reacted and all that stuff. So pretty much my whole team knows that I vlog, and everybody's pretty cool about it. When I first started doing it, I was kind of timid to do it, just because, I mean, obviously it's not natural for somebody to just hold up a camera and talk into a camera. You know, it's not common for, I guess, athletes to vlog either. So that was even weirder for like my teammates to experience that too at first. But you know, everybody was pretty supportive. Nobody really like made fun of it or anything like that. And now like everybody pretty much wants to be in the vlog, and they're like, hey, you gonna vlog today? Or like, did you put a new vlog up? Or like, they ask questions and stuff, and they're really supportive about it, which is nice, because then now I don't have to feel, you know, uncomfortable when I vlog in front of them. And you know, sometimes, I think yesterday, one of my teammates, Ryan Wilson, he called me yesterday, and he was watching the newest vlog that I posted, which was when we won the WCC tournament. But he called and he's like, hey, he's like, your vlog is pretty sick. Like I'm watching it right now, and he was like watching it on his TV. He hooked like his computer up to his TV and was watching it on his TV in his dorm room. But yeah, everybody's pretty supportive. And out of my family, I think my mom knows for sure, my brother knows for sure. Like they're supportive too, 100%. I think a couple of my other family members know, but I don't know, I don't really vlog too much in front of them, not because I'm embarrassed or uncomfortable in front of them, but when I go over there, it's usually just to like relax and just, you know, spend time with my family. And it's not, I don't really want to like stick a camera in their face. But I would have to say the only people I don't really know I vlog, or I think don't know I vlog, are my coaches and my dad. The reason why my dad doesn't know is because, I don't know, I kind of made it a goal in my mind, just like a little personal goal. I wanted to like set kind of a number where I want to be before I show him. That way he's like, dang, like, you know, like you're actually taking it this serious, and like, you know, I could see this, you know, being a thing instead of just being like, why do you make videos for like 2 people? So yeah, I'm thinking maybe like somewhere around like when I get to maybe like 10,000 or 5,000 or something. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to where he sees it and he's like, dang, like, you know, like, good job. Baby, won't you come my way? Another question that I think somebody asked was, what kind of dog was Kona? Kona is a full-bred Rottweiler, but we left the tail on her, so that's why she looks a little weird. And she has like a white patch right here, like right under her neck, and we think she's the runt because she's a little small for a Rottweiler. She's not like too thick, so we think she's the runt, but she's literally the sweetest dog. You guys see when I take her for walks and stuff, I can walk with her like without a leash on, and take her to the beach, and she's around kids, and my little cousin actually, he still like messes with her, but when he was really little, you know when like kids get like excited and they start like pulling hair and like putting stuff in their mouth and like, you know, hitting stuff. When he was at that age, he would do that to Kona, and Kona would just lay there and just sit there and take it, and like getting hit or like getting her ears pulled. But she absolutely loves him, he loves her, and like he'll be doing all that stuff, and she'll like pick her head up and like lick him on the face or something and like lay back down. So she's a really good dog. My dad taught me to train dogs like that from the beginning. Obviously it pays off because I don't have to walk with her with a leash. I don't have to worry about her around kids, around people, around other dogs. Like she's a really good dog. And what sucks is Rottweilers get a bad rep because, you know, you see them in movies and you hear about them on the news, or like them in pit bulls or boxers or something, and it's just like, not all dogs are like that. It sucks because a lot of people have that mindset when they think of Rottweilers. And there's actually been times where I like walk with her, even when she's on a leash, and I walk with her and there's people walking by with their kids or whatever, and then they'll like pick up their kids and stop walking and wait for me to walk by and then put them back down. Like, what are your favorite sports teams? So, other than me wearing a White Sox hat, which doesn't make sense because they're not even my favorite sports team. Hockey, I would say LA Kings. Baseball, New York Yankees, you know. Everybody thinks, okay, this isn't like, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but just from experience, being Mexican, people think I like the Raiders, the Lakers, and the Dodgers, which are like none of my favorite teams. But it's the Kings for hockey, the Yankees for baseball, the Chargers for football, and I don't really have a favorite basketball team. It's weird to say, but the logo that I like the most is the Raptors for some reason, ever since I was little, and I really want a snapback hat of the Raptors, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite team. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Q&A. If you guys have any more questions, I do not mind at all doing another Q&A. I actually like doing this, answering questions that you guys don't know, because then you guys obviously know more about me. You can leave them on my Instagram. You can direct message me on my Instagram. Leave them in my comments. You can leave them on my YouTube channel. You can ask a friend to ask me. Hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you watch vlogs and you know people who also watch vlogs but don't watch us, you should tell them about us and tell them to subscribe. If you guys want to do me a favor, maybe you guys can, you know, pick your favorite vlog, tweet it, maybe Snapchat it, put it on your Snapchat story, tweet our channel, you know, say why it's your favorite vlog or whatever, and just try to get us out there, get our name out there, and have more people watch and find us, because not everybody knows about us. So your job for me is to tweet your favorite video. If you can do that for me, that would be greatly appreciated. And I appreciate you guys watching my life, which I don't know why you guys watch it, but thank you.
Everybody around me say